Hey, Peeps Galucia here, and today I'm picking up right where I left off. I'm on turn 51 of my Civ 5 playthrough as Bismarck. And to update you, unfortunately, this Barbarian encampment is being taken out by that jerk. I'm going to see if I can snipe it with my scouts, but I doubt it. And I'm making my way to this one with wounded troops. The other bit of bad news, Copenhagen already has a archer. A chariot archer, which means at the very least they could have one of those garrisoned in the city while I'm trying to attack it, which means getting attacked by two different things while trying to hit up Copenhagen. To solve for this, next turn, when I'm done building a library, which I really wanted because technology is one of the most important things for a military victory, almost to the point where you can, that's why it's so easy to get a science victory for me, because I end up being able to get a science victory even if I'm going for military victory, because I've always treated science as really important for military. You got to improve your tech and whatnot if you hope to make any kind of real impact on your, I mean, I can't be attacking them with warriors if they have infantry, you know what I mean? So you have to be able to have good tech. So I wanted to build that library. Now that that is done, I would like to build well, I'm going to build at least one chariot archer. Well, so this is where I'm arguing myself. I want to build some settlers. My population's only 4 so far. I'd like to see it bigger because once I start making settlers, it pauses the growth. So I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and make... Well, shoot, I can't make chariot archers because I don't have any horses yet. That's a good point, me. You know what? Screw it. Okay, I'm going to start working on settlers, and I'm going to have to get them to stop their work temporarily because of those barbarians right there. So, oh well. But yeah, so that's the plan for now. Take this place out. Hopefully I get another warrior. That would be the best thing that I could get going. Spearman, you can come back because there's nothing else going on for you over there. Since Copenhagen already has a chariot, I already consider them ahead of the game, as you know, compared to me, because they have horses and whatnot. So what I want to do is now I want to build a city somewhere out here on the plains, okay, somewhere in this general region, probably right here, because it's next to a river, it's next to a mountain, so I can get some of that stuff, and it's got me close to these horses, so I can either buy that tile or just grow out to it and get myself some horses, so that I can start working on the chariot archers and so on and so forth. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's my line of thinking. So I'm going to build my own city before worrying about taking out Copenhagen. I feel like they're ahead of me a little bit with military tech, not necessarily their size. I don't know how big they are, but I doubt they're as big as I am. But having said that, it's still a concern of mine to, you know, I still got to worry about, of course you spit someone else out. Damn it. And I didn't get a thing from it. Alrighty then. Okay, so I got my settler, which is very good. So I'm going to start making his way out there, making sure that they have not 1 but 2 escorts, because I'm actually going to put one of those in garrison and then the other one will just kind of hang around. Actually, come to think of it, I'll put all of them except for the spearmen down there because that's pretty much where I'm going to be attacking from later on anyway. It'll save me the troop movement. I do get a little bit of a bonus for having dudes in garrison, so I love how the game suggests where you should like put a city, but I mean it can't possibly, it doesn't know your strategy and can't take that, you know, into consideration. It has no idea that I need those horses for my military if I'm going to have a successful military campaign. So there's just no way for it to be like, oh yeah, you should totally put your city, because it wants me to put it here or there, both of which would be great locations. There are some horses there, but there's only 2, and out here there's 4. I mean, like, having 2 chariot archers is like, meh, you know, like, it's just not really getting the job done. Like, there's more stuff in general. There's the salt, the cattle, but there's cattle here. You know, I got truffles, which is really nice. I'm sure I could trade those later on for something useful. So I'm basically just making the argument that I am right and the computer is wrong. Now look at the mini map here really quick while we're sitting here waiting for the turn to start. Look at this like ring of city states and enemy cities. This guy has already got 3 on the top. This is what I'm talking about. There's this big ring, and then no one's in the middle. That's why I feel like I need to get myself in the middle, because whatever city, wherever I put that city in the middle, is my first line of defense against both of these jerks. I mean, there's just a ring on this continent of this is where everyone's territory is, and no one's moved into the center yet. And it's just bad news bears up in there. I need to... Everyone else is, you know, expanding and doing their thing, and I'm just sitting here like, hey, guys, maybe I should build a city. What do y'all think? So I need to get on it. I think here is actually where I want to put it, because it puts me close enough to a bunch of other stuff, and I could very quickly get the horses as well. Now, if you look at the map, it's still very empty here. I don't think that barbarian encampment's actually there anymore, but it's very empty up here. If you like look at the mini map, it's like really the only empty space. I'm starting to think it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw a settler there as well, just so I have that much more going on for production and eventually helping me build troops and stuff like that. But in the meantime, it does slow me down for building troops. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I gotta like make those judgment calls where it's like, definitely gonna buy this tile though before someone tries to screw with me. Got my horses. That's what's important. Well, not yet. I need to get my workers over there, but point remains. But yeah, I'm still internally debating whether or not it would be wise. Oh, jeez, there's horses right here that just got encapsulated, so I can just grab those. That's more convenient anyway. Jeez. But yeah, I'm still debating how I want to... Ooh. Those guys just broke out in war. That could be really good or really bad for me. Depends, because I'm not really ready myself. And honestly, out of the two, I don't know. I mean, just because this guy has so many cities, you would think that he's probably better off. Which means if he's weakening these dudes but isn't able to finish them off, and I can swoop in and clean up his mess and finish him off, that would be super awesome for me. But on the other side, if there is just a flat-out victor in that war, whoever the winner is going to be serious trouble for me. So it could be good or bad that they just broke out in war. I always think it's interesting when the computer does break out in war before turn 100. Doesn't happen that often. It's pretty aggressive for the computer to do that, like really early in the game or whatever. So I do always find that to be like a little interesting, just a little. There it is, iron working. This gives you access to a lot of different things. It also puts me in the classical era, so I'm the first person to reach that. And there's no iron in my territory. Balls. Is there any iron out here? Yes. And I was thinking about putting a city out there. The fact that there's iron out there makes me consider it even more. And then there's one there. If I put a city right there on that encampment, it puts me a little closer than I want to be to La Venta. But I need to do it quick, though, because La Venta is probably going to snag that iron. But because building an entire city to get that 2 iron is not totally worth it. It is in a way, and it's not at the same time. But getting 4 iron for both of those spots would be great. There's a little bit of iron there, but Belgrade's probably going to beat me to it. This guy, though, see, this is just one more reason why I feel like I need to take on Copenhagen quicker, because he's got 2 iron and he's right about to grab it. So as soon as he has the research for it or whatever and he can actually utilize it, then he'll start making swordsmen and all that crap. That is a giant thing of iron, though. I really wish I could grab a hold of that, but that's way too far out of my reach right now. I think what I'm going to do, for now anyway, is go ahead and send my 3 warrior groups up to the encampment, see if it's still there, and regardless of whether it is or not, I'm going to... If it is, great, then I can take it out, maybe get an extra unit. If it's not, then oh well, because I can hold the area, keep my guys there to hold the area, make sure no one else tries to build there, and work on slapping a city down there so I can work on grabbing that iron. I think that's going to be key. I think between grabbing these horses and then grabbing that iron, that's going to be key for me to have a proper military that is going to do what I need it to do and take all that out. Ah, they didn't join forces, but we still captured them. I thought that was a clean area, not a forest, but I still like it. I still like that for the location right there, because it's pretty much as close to the middle of those two irons as you could be. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to keep these guys up here for now. These guys are going to head back as the escort. I got 4 more turns to get those settlers done. A lot of people ask me why I bother to manually move my scouts to unclear an area. And I honestly I like being in control. Same reason why I actually control my workers rather than just setting them for, you know, oh, just fix stuff. You know, you can set them to automatically upgrade. I like being in control of my units. Yes, it makes the gameplay take a little bit longer, but I like being in control of my units. I like seeing what's happening. I rarely like even telling my units to move long distances. Like, oh, go over here, and it just takes 6 turns. Because things can happen that the computer doesn't take into account in between those turns. Like, they run into some barbarians or something like that, and they'll ignore them and just keep going. I don't want to ignore them. I want to see what's going on. So, I actually like paying attention to stuff like that, and that's why I typically manually move my dudes around. Because I've had people ask me that a lot in the past, so that might, you know, clear that up for you a little bit. Why Galucia is a weirdo. As soon as we get this iron, everyone's getting upgraded to a swordsman. And I'm really going to start thinking about how I'm going to go about building up my troops to be to a point where we can start attacking stuff. So Christianity was founded, and I have 46 faith. I might not get religion on this gameplay. I was so focused on other stuff that religion was just an afterthought, and I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. I might make a serious push for it, but I'm not sure. My other city has been working on a granary since the day it was built, and I'm working on getting its production higher. But yeah, I'm working on raising its production so that I can actually get it so that to a point where it can properly build stuff. But the granary is to help it develop population faster, so on and so forth. I might go for faith after that, if for nothing else, because I need to at least try to have a religion. If I don't have any religion, it's really putting me at a disadvantage. You know, I mean, everything is necessary for a military victory. You need science, you need faith. Everything has to come into it to really be successful. You can't just be about your military and forget about everything else. You focus on the military while still having a balance of this is what I need to do. Now, of course, it's, again, not suggesting that this is a great place to be, but we're going to disagree with them, and because they don't know our strategy. So, things are definitely coming together. I'm going to do the barracks here because the next thing I'm going to research is going to be mathematics, or I should say I am researching mathematics now. So, at the same time that mathematics finishes, my barracks will finish. Then I'm going to start working on Berlin making things rather than just developing the city itself. It's going to refocus on getting I'm still going to do a couple chariot archers. They're quick moving. I have the horses for it. It would be a waste not to use them, so I would like to have like 2 of those, and then maybe like 2 catapults with all these melee units, and then make my push for Copenhagen before they get too carried away. He does have a city like way down there, but other than the iron, which is actually interesting because I don't know whether or not he is going to be able to grab that iron or not, but other than the iron, there's no reason to be down there. If he is able to get it, I might actually take that before the capital because it would be easier, and then it would load me up on even more iron, and then I could, you know, work on making more troops of that nature. So we'll see what the scout sees. It's going to take him a while to get there. Okay, so I bought that tile up there just to make sure that Leventa doesn't get that iron. That was really important. The other one, I could probably just wait until I just naturally, you know, the city expands and gets to that place, because it's, you know, that's money that I might be able to use later on. It was really just about keeping Leventa from being able to get it. I succeeded in that. I have to get a worker up there. As soon as these guys are done with that, I'll probably just send them up there. I know I only have 2 workers right now, which really isn't a lot for 3 cities. But the area around Berlin is almost completely built up. And, I mean, 18 turns to make a worker. There's a lot of things that I could do right now other than that would probably serve me better. So, you know, can't develop as fast as you might want to, but still going to be giving it my all and just making the most of what I have for right now, because I really want to start working on building those troops. That's why I'm building that the barracks, and it is what it is. Oh, and look at this guy. He beat me to it. You will pay for this in time. Oh, crap. That's a decent force that he just came out of nowhere with. He wasn't even, like, there. It was just like, all of a sudden, he had 1 million troops here ready to kill me. Alright, so we're going to focus on the range units for now. Start moving troops. That's crazy that he just, like, produced that many dudes, like, that fast. You know what? Okay, the Brute's going to come out and get to work on that chariot. I really do want to take them out, even though he's just a Brute, so there's not much he can do. But what I'm going to do then, and this is why I wanted the money, is now I can purchase a chariot archer, which can be garrisoned in the city and help with its defense. Grab our spearmen. They need to start making their way over here. So he beat me to the punch. He declared war on me, which is what I was planning on doing all this time. But this could be a good thing. If I can wipe out his army, that leaves him with, you know, nothing to really defend himself except for his very own, you know, the city itself. It's always easier to defend than it is to attack. So, me being on the defensive right now should help me to wipe out his army, which is decent strength. I have to say, if it was just my army versus his, I would lose. But I have Hamburg to help me. It's in my territory, so on and so forth. So, you know, I still have a chance. It's not like I'm completely just, you know, ruined. I'm definitely going to lose some troops in this whole, you know, exchange, but I might even lose all of them. But the point is, I think that he's going to lose his as well. You know, he's not free and clear. He's going to lose his dudes, and then it's a race to see who can build more troops quicker. And I'm working on building troops right now as we speak in Berlin, so I think I'll be all right. Not sure how much work the scouts are going to get done for me, but, you know, I have them. There they are. Okay, so I'm going to make this my last turn and leave it on like a cliffhanger here, because this has been a long video. And then, like I said, Monday through Wednesday, I'm going to be doing like some of my normal videos, which means this will start back up on Thursday. So you'll have to tune in on Thursday to see how this whole war works out. But like I said, I do feel pretty confident. I have a lot going for me, and because I am defending, it is a lot easier. You know, it'd be nice if I already had the iron so I could upgrade these warriors. I worked really hard to get these warriors to, you know, early in the game, which I'm glad I did now, because now they're going to help me in my defense. But yeah, I worked really hard to get these warriors, and they're probably all going to die because I couldn't get iron in time to upgrade them. So it is what it is. But I can, you know, we can rebuild. So tune in next episode, which should be on Thursday, and we'll get the dramatic conclusion of this battle. I really want to hit next turn and just keep going, but this episode is already way too long, and I want to get some of your feedback before I record the next bit, so I have to stop playing. See what I have to do for you guys. I'm in the middle of an intense battle, and I have to stop playing an awesome game. This is for you. It's for the peeps. All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time. Later.